150 tables, one large parking lot, and for some people, a desperate need for coffee. Not us. We're running on pure, unadulterated collector's adrenaline.
Yeah, but you know what? We still wanted to see if we could walk out of there not just happy, but absolutely ecstatic.
This was our trip to Toypalooza Toy Show Pittsburgh, and the hunt was officially on. Turn on the force.
All right, so heading into the show, we had absolutely no plan. We had a list of targets, but no intel on who had them or where they might be. Our primary objectives were clear though.
For Star Wars Black Series, we were hunting the Mandalorian Loyalist and the Mandalorian Super Commando from the Clone Wars, plus the big one, the Ralph McQuarrie concept art 2-pack of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader.
And for our G.I. Joe Classified, we were looking for the Trench Viper and Cobra Modular Fortification set, the SDCC exclusive Serpentor and Air Chariot, and Crystal Ball.
Don't even get me started about Crystal Ball. That was supposed to be a 2025 Walmart exclusive, and it was. We pre-ordered it, we got everything was fine, and then before we started shipping, I received an email that said, sorry, we cannot fill your order. So your order was canceled. So we were really bummed. I was bummed.
I was bummed too. So finding him that day was priority number one. Our budget for this quest was a cool $120 in cash. With no plan and 150 tables to search, we knew this was going to be a challenge. Wow, we got some vintage stuff here. Wow, check this all out. A lot of Star Wars stuff. Wow, look at the AT-AT walker there on the top, and the Millennium Falcon. Cool. Some really nice stuff here. We got some lunch boxes down on the bottom over here. Star Wars, we got the X-Wing, and then there's Dagobah, Luke, for the Empire Strikes Back. Those are cool.
When we got there, it was almost 10. We had missed the 9:30 stampede, but it wasn't too packed in there yet, so that was good. With no strategy, we just decided to start walking and keep our eyes peeled for anything that looked remotely like our list. It felt like a scene out of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but with more action figures and less booby traps, hopefully. My eyes were on the prize. Suddenly, I spotted it. Right aisle, end row, there was a vendor with a blindingly neon Star Wars banner. He was the one we got most of our Black Series from a few years ago. You remember that? I do remember that.
I know, we picked up quite a bit.
We did.
Yeah.
I think the TIE Fighter. And you got the TIE Fighter.
Yes, I found the TIE Fighter for him for $100. It was a good deal. Yep, and that's right, we did. He gave us some pretty good deals.
Yeah.
So we decided to make a beeline. We couldn't get distracted by the other tables though, no matter how tempting. We had to focus. The McQuarrie set could be our destiny. So we got to the neon banner guy. Unfortunately, he did not have the McQuarrie set, and he did not have any of the other items we were looking for either. So we kept moving to the tables on the right side wall and spotted some G.I. Joe Classified. After 3 no's from our list of classifieds, a vendor told us that the guy on the end had the SDCC Serpentor and Air Chariot. No, G.I. Joe. This is the classified.
No, it's... I said, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Jedi Jill leaned over and whispered, that's the guy who charged us a lot last time. I asked, are you sure? And she nodded. I figured we'd just see how it played out. So I rolled up and immediately spotted an SDCC exclusive way up on the top shelf. I got his wife's attention and asked about it. How much for the Serpentor? She replied, $180. That's when the domino effect started. I noticed the Trench Viper and Cobra Modular Fortification set. Then Crystal Ball. And then 3 more classified figures I wasn't planning on but couldn't resist. Once a Man, Nemesis Immortal, and the SDCC color-changing Zartan.
And then Joy looked at me like, what should I do? Oh, I told her, it's your call, and so it was up to her at that point. The total for all 5 figures came to about $530, but he offered us a 10% discount, which brought it down to around $472.
Right. While I was weighing the decision, I quickly checked some online prices, at least for Serpentor. He was definitely on the high end. I still hadn't made up my mind, but I knew one thing for sure. We weren't leaving without that crystal ball.
Got that right.
To make it more intense, another buyer was standing nearby, waiting to see if we passed on crystal ball because he wanted one too. Luckily, the seller had a second one.
Okay, let's pause here to give some context. Before we even started hunting, we had already stopped by the E Collectables table to say hi. They're local to Pittsburgh, and seriously, some of the nicest guys you'll meet.
Right, they are. And here's the thing, they're also the ones who organized Toypalooza. So, quick shout out. If you're in Pittsburgh and you collect, check them out. E Collectables buys and sells toys, and they always have great stuff.
Yep, great place to go if you're in Pennsylvania.
Yep, their phone number is 412-782-3878. Address is 700 Main Street, Pittsburgh, PA. And email is DE412@collectables.com. You can also find them on Facebook. And we'll put up all that information down in the description.
Right. And while we were there, Joy asked if they had any classifieds. Here, take a listen.
How are you guys doing?
Good, good, good.
Nice, nice. What you on the hunt for today?
Well, Black Series, classified.
Black Series.
Classifieds.
And
And Gijoe.
Yeah.
The only thing classified we have is the Rattler.
What?
The only classified thing we have is the Rattler.
I know. How much? Oh. I just got sunk. Huh?
That's the shipper too.
I need one of those, but
That's the only classified thing we have.
and I would take it if I had the extra money.
You will find a bunch of them. Ladies, enjoy yourself today.
Okay,
we will.
You don't happen to know where they're at, right?
I wish I did. I know there's some in this building.
I wish I could take that Rattler off your hands, though.
Well, if you don't find anything and you want to work a deal, come back and we'll work a deal.
Alrighty. Thank you.
So we're standing at this table loaded with G.I. Joe classified figures that Joy really wanted. And in the back of her mind, she's also thinking about the Haslab Rattler. The problem? If she went all in and bought all 5 figures, that would blow our budget. And if she saved for the Haslab instead, that would also push us over budget. Basically, it was decision time.
Right. After talking it through and thinking hard for about 15 to 20 minutes, I finally made my choice. I went with Crystal Ball for $50 and the Trench Viper and Cobra Modular Fortification set for $80. The seller gave them both to me for $120 total. Not a bad deal. The best part? The other buyer who was waiting managed to snag the second Crystal Ball, so in the end, we both left happy. So after the first big purchase, our entire $120 cash budget was gone. Just like that. It vanished in the first hour. We were looking at each other thinking, is that it? We hadn't even covered a quarter of the floor yet.
This is where we had to have a little post-purchase huddle. I had to confess that I had a contingency plan all along. Some backup cash of $100 tucked away for what I call a toy emergency. I wasn't going to let our hunt end that quickly.
And while I pretended to be mad she held out on me, I recounted my own wallet and realized I had a little bit left that I hadn't factored in. $38. It wasn't much, but when we combined it with Jill's secret emergency stash, we were officially back in business.
Exactly. The hunt wasn't over. With our reserves newly assessed, we were ready for round 2.
Woo, let's go. We had to stop for a minute when we saw it. A Ghostbusters Proton pack. And it looked incredibly screen accurate. The attention to detail some of these cosplayers put in is just mind-blowing. This is what makes Toypalooza Pittsburgh so much more than just a place to buy toys. It's a full-on fan celebration. The atmosphere was just electric with all this creativity.
You see everything from Star Wars to Marvel, classic horror, and even characters from obscure anime. It really adds to the immersive experience, making you feel like you're walking through a living, breathing Comic-Con rather than just a toy show. It's one of the best parts of coming to events at the Monroeville Convention Center. The community really comes out in force.
Absolutely. Seeing these dedicated fans, often with their families, enjoying themselves, really highlighted the community aspect of this hobby. It's not just about the plastic. It's about the passion, the shared love for these stories and characters. Now, back to business. The Macquarie set wasn't going to find itself.
The next aisle we walked down was stacked with G.I. Joe. It was almost painful to walk down seeing all this amazing stuff.
I know, right? We had already made our big Joe score for the day, getting Crystal Ball and the Fortification set. We shot our shot early and knocked 2 big targets off the list. Walking through there just solidified that we made the right call. The G.I. Joe classified line is incredible, and seeing it all laid out just makes you want more.
It was tough because we saw figures we knew we wanted, like a couple of the retro card figures, Destro and the Cobra Eel. But we had to stick to the plan, or what was left of it. Our budget was screaming, but our collector hearts were full. For now, we had to just admire from a distance and keep moving. The hunt continued for our Star Wars targets.
All right, it was time for a mid-show check-in. Let's do a status report. On our list update at that point, the Macquarie 2-pack and the Mandalorian Loyalist were still missing in action. The Super Commando was also nowhere to be seen.
But we had totally crushed our G.I. Joe list. Crystal Ball was secured, finally getting revenge on that cancellation email. And we grabbed the Trench Viper and Cobra Modular Fortification set. 2 huge wins.
Right. Now, for the budget reality check. We started with $120 in cash. After landing Crystal Ball and the Fortification set, we had 0. We had blown the whole cash budget in the first hour. We were already operating on backup funds.
And we had only covered maybe 1/3 of the floor, if that. The place is massive. The Monroeville Convention Center was absolutely packed that day. At that rate, the SDCC Serpentor was definitely out of reach. And we still needed the Macquarie set and Mandalorian Loyalist and Super Commando. We learned a valuable lesson. Pace yourselves, people. Hydrate and maybe hide your credit cards. In this case, cash.
Yeah. While Jill went one way, I went another. I was secretly on the hunt for a G.I. Joe classified Haslab, specifically the His Tank or the Rattler. I found a few His Tanks, but the prices were steep, ranging from $400 to $450. I even found one other Rattler for $400, the exact same price as the one at E Collectables.
She passed on all of them, which I was happy about. It was just too much money to drop, even for something as incredible as a Haslab. But I could see the gears turning in her head, which is scary.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. That special offer that the guys at E Collectables mentioned. Come back and see me. It was so enticing. But for now, I had to let it go. The hunt had to continue for our other targets. Then, we spotted a table that was just overflowing with Hot Wheels. It wasn't on our list, But we've recently gotten into the Star Wars character cars, thanks to a caregiver who picked up a few for our birthday. We just loved them.
So I had to ask. I went up to the vendor and asked if she had any Star Wars character cars for sale. She brings out this big binder and my jaw dropped. It was a whole collection of them. Then she starts pulling out box after box of cars and we just had a field day.
It was amazing. We ended up picking up 3 double pack sets and another 5 single cars. We got that whole pile for $40. We were so excited, but they didn't have 2 that we really wanted, the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan.
But at one of the other tables we found them. We snagged those 2 for another $10. So a completely unplanned $50 detour into Hot Wheels. With that purchase made, it was time to get back on the hunt for those Black Series figures with only $88 left.
Oh.
We stopped at one table and I immediately saw some things from the Droid factory at Galaxy's Edge. He had the Droid 4-pack and the 4-pack of creatures. We like different things, so I was very interested in those 2. I asked the vendor if he had a Mandalorian Loyalist or a Super Commando from the Clone Wars. He didn't have the Loyalist, but he did have the Super Commando for $25. That was a very good price,
Yes.
but still no Macquarie set. I ended up getting those 3 Black Series figures, the 4-pack droids, 4-pack of creatures, and the Mandalorian Super Commando. The price started at $110, but we paid $75 for all 3. Another great deal.
Yes. While she was looking, I got a little separated from the rest and rolled over to check in with E Collectables and see about that offer. I got to the table and asked how much for the Rattler. And the price was so good that if I told you, I'd need to kill you. I said, let me go and talk with Jedi Gijoe and see what she says. All right, it was time for our critical mission update, a soft pretzel. We also grabbed a cookie from one of the local vendors. We don't like hot dogs, and we needed fuel for the final push.
It was necessary fuel. We had been on our scooters for hours. But we're always in our scooters.
I know.
Our energy levels were dipping into the red zone. This pretzel was our convention manna.
Right. I turned to Jill and said, I talked with the E Collectables about that Haslab Rattler. They gave me a really good price on it. What do you think?
I told her, that's your deal. I can't afford it and I can't help cover the cost. If you want it, you go for it. It's completely your call.
And that's where we left the conversation. And then we decided to hit a few more tables to hunt for Black Series figures.
I checked one table while Joy went over to another that had loose figures. Unfortunately, we both struck out. No Mandalorian Loyalist and no Macquarie concept set anywhere to be found.
Then it was time to finish up. The last place I needed to stop was at E Collectables and grab that Haslab classified Rattler. I had been thinking about it all day, and after talking it over with Jill, the decision was made.
You got it.
These guys are such good people, and what a deal. Thank you again, E Collectables, for an amazing Toypalooza toy show and for a great time. You're the best.
Yep, thanks a bunch.
And that, folks, was the 4. About 3.5 to 4 hours of intense hunting, 2 sore backs from riding, and 2 victorious grins that money just can't buy. We had navigated the crowds, we had navigated the deals, and we had come out with a haul bigger than we ever imagined. It was an absolute roller coaster of emotions, from the initial rush to the final purchase, but every single second was worth it.
Absolutely. It was time to head home, relax for a few minutes, and spread a little plastic love. This was the moment we've been waiting for, the grand reveal. It's more than just buying toys. It's about the experience, the community, the thrill of the hunt, and the joy of bringing these treasures home. We couldn't wait to unbox these beauties and get them displayed.
If you felt our pain, if you shared in our joy, if you gasped at our finds and winced at our near misses, then you know what to do. Smash that like button so hard that YouTube shows more people the incredible, chaotic, and utterly fantastic world of toy hunting. Your support helps us keep these adventures going.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss our next epic toy show adventure. Join the Jedi twins on our quest for plastic perfection.
All right, the moment of truth. Let's count the spoils of our Pittsburgh Toypalooza Toy Show conquest. First up, the big ones from G.I. Joe Classified. Crystal Ball, sweet revenge for our canceled order. The Trench Viper and Cobra Modular Fortification set. And the biggest of them all, the Haslab Rattler. What a score!
And my Black Series haul, the Galaxy's Edge Droid 4-pack, the Creature 4-pack, and a Mandalorian Super Commando. We also got that surprise fleet of Star Wars Hot Wheels character cars. The only things we didn't find from our list were the McQuarrie set and the Mandalorian Loyalist.
So, the total damage? We started with the official cash wallet of $120. We blew through that, our backup cash, and then some. With all the deals and that final huge purchase, our grand total for the day was, well, let's just say we went way over that $120 budget.
We really did. But Toypalooza Toy Show, you were incredibly good to the Jedi twins. You delivered the thrills, the finds, and the memories. Until next time, fellow collectors, may the plastic be with you.